Another reason that I love these 5 S's is because fathers can do it as well as moms can. As a matter of fact, for some dads, we can even do it better than moms because fathers are a little bit more willing to be jiggly or noisy because it takes that vigorous stimulation when a baby is really crying. So it's great fun. It sounds odd, but it actually can be great fun when she cries because you'll sweep her up and you'll settle her down and it makes her feel good. So he's on his side, kind of on his stomach.
Right, and the jiggle.
And the jiggle, and the shushing, and the wrapping. And he's not even sucking right now. He doesn't even have all 5 of the S's. Now it's even just, he's doing fine with just 4 of the S's. And now that he's calmer, he's not even getting the shushing. When you first started wrapping him, he was so upset he couldn't even hear what you were doing. He couldn't pay attention. It took him a minute to kind of recognize, oh, yeah. Now I remember. This is going to feel good. Some parents I know say the 6th S should be sleep. The 5 S's are great for calming crying babies, and they are doubly wonderful because they can also help your baby nap longer and sleep an extra hour or 2 at night. Again, inside the uterus, she was getting these wonderful, cozy sensations 24 hours a day. So when you really want her to relax and to give in, to get into a deep level of sleep, then these different S's will really help her a lot.
So I can get 2 or 3 hours at night.
Yes, or hopefully longer. Have any of you noticed that even if your baby is sleeping, they are sensitive to these changes?
He jolts.
I can't move him from wherever he's sleeping. That's it. That's where I have to stay. Like if I try to move to somewhere else and get myself comfortable, he's up and forget it.
It's like he has an aversion to his bassinet.
Right.
And I'm like, will you just sleep in the bassinet for once? And he won't stay in it. He has to sleep with us.
He has slept on me. Literally on me up until last week.
What you've discovered is that you can calm her down. You'll do all these things. But then when you put her down, she gets upset. Well, that's because you can't just put her down. You've discovered that she likes to be on top of you. That makes her feel like she's still comforted. Connected, right, exactly. You can't leave her on top of you all night long. But there are other things you can do to make her feel as if you're still holding her. That's wrapping. And as if you're still rocking with her. And that's the swing. And as if she's still inside of you, and that's some continual white noise throughout the night. But there's some babies who are really fussy babies who need the swing all night long.
Really?
And they go from waking up every 2 hours to waking up every 4 or 5 hours. Because the movement makes them feel reassured. Once you get him calm like this,
I could lay him down.
You might put him in the swing, and you guys have dinner, and he'll be getting more and more calm being in the swing. And then you put him into his bassinet, and if he still seems to be moving a little bit and not in a deep level of sleep, you might turn on the radio to a staticky sound between stations. With the swing, after a couple of months, you can keep her in it on the slow speed, and then you can go to no speed. With the white noise, you can gradually decrease it. The pacifier you can get rid of after 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
And even the wrapping you can phase out. With the wrapping, after 2 or 3 months, you can wrap her with one arm out and see how she does. If she starts waking herself up more often or getting more upset, you know she's not ready to have her hands out. After about a week, I went back to visit some of our parents to see how they were doing with the 5 S's. Here's what they said.
Getting that down the jiggle is amazing for us, because I mean it's gone from her being upset for 20 minutes, half hour, even an hour, down to just a couple minutes, and it changes your life.
The other day when I called you in tears, you're so exhausted, and then finally when you talked to me to remind me about what to do, then I was able to come and sit down and just start that jiggling, and I was just jiggling his head and letting his head jiggle in my hand, and all of a sudden it was just like miracle, like he just stopped. And he had been going for on and off for 6 hours.
The swaddling technique really did save my life.
Oh, really?
Because I was having trouble settling her down. She was fed, she was changed, she wouldn't calm down, and I swaddled her nice and tight, and she calmed right down for the balance of the evening.
So now that you've learned all these different tools, which are the ones that work the best for you and Charles?
The rapping, the shushing, and the vacuum. The vacuum works very well with this one. He likes loud sounds.
The 5 S's have really helped us out. It's gotten me to feel from just a mom who's been winging it and trying everything that I can to help him, to actually feeling like a confident mom, and I feel like I'm doing him good. You just have to come and see him sleep at night and how peaceful he is. He couldn't be unhappy, because if he was, he wouldn't be sleeping like this.
We're with about 20 members of our family just last week who watched us do this and were in awe, asking, how did you learn how to do that? Where did you learn this?
That's fantastic.
So it was great because she settled immediately. She went from screaming to just calm like this.
How was it before you learned the 5 S's?
I was lucky if I was getting an hour to an hour and a half of sleep. He would wake up every hour and a half, and
so exhausting.
Oh, I was so tired.
Yeah.
And finally, when he'd go to sleep, it'd be like an hour before he'd wake up.
And what about now?
I had 4 hours of sleep last night. Straight through. It was amazing.
Yeah, so that was a big improvement.
Big improvement.
For the first time, she slept for 5.5 hours, which is
How long did she sleep for before?
Between 2 and 3 at a stretch.
Well, let me ask you, when you first learned these techniques, what seemed the most helpful to you?
I think that some of the things you can do immediately as you're holding her, like a shush, is very, very good, because you don't have to set up anything, swing or plug in a hairdryer or find the hairdryer. Even. You just shh, and it just immediately calms her down. Very good.
How long was she sleeping before you learned the 5 S's, and what about now that you're doing them?
Before, we would get maybe 2.5 to 3 hours. Now we're getting anywhere from 4 to 5.5.
That's great.
It's fabulous.
So the other 5 S's is swaddle, side, shush, swing, and suck. Okay.
Congratulations. You now know the baby calming secrets used by the world's top baby calmers. But please be patient with yourselves and with your baby. Mastering these techniques is like learning to ride a bicycle. They take a few tries to get the hang of. And before you know it, you'll truly feel like you're helping your baby become the happiest baby on the block. If you'd like to learn more about how your baby sees the world, you can find more great tips and suggestions in my book, The Happiest Baby on the Block, and on my website, thehappiestbaby.com.